Hello guys, this is FM Master here. We are here with managing Lorient in Ligue 1 at France. We've managed to do very well in terms of results. We're here with a new tactic that we will be presenting. We are considered underdogs. If we go to the club info, we are now in the 5th position, and the media prediction was to finish in 20th position. So I think we got a good run going. Right now we have played 11 games. We have 6 wins, 4 draws, and 1 lose to obviously the almighty Paris Saint-Germain, with a huge amount of money to spend on transfer budget. I just can see here the board confidence is 100%. We are doing a great job. We are currently in the 5th position. And in terms of stats, we have the 3rd, along with OGC Nice, only allowed 8 goals. Okay, and we are not doing bad either in terms of goals in the attack. The tactic, I will see you right now. The tactic is a pressing tactic with a cautious mentality. We are inviting them to our not our half, in the middle of the pitch, basically, with a much lower line of engagement and with a higher defensive line. We are pressing these areas here. We put an immense amount of pressure with a standard width, because if you play with narrow width, then you'll concede goals from crosses. So we want to, let's say, press with this guy here, this guy, and this guy, this part of the pitch here, and this part of the pitch here, which will allow us to reduce the amount of crosses that we receive inside the box. We are playing on stay on feet. This is not that we are not going to be strong on the pressing. However, if we get stuck in, there is a great chance that our players will be stay on the ground, and a fast winger, they will get around them, and this is not what we want. We want to stick to them. We want to stay on their feet, but put a high press to them, not to reduce the time that they have on the ball. We are pressing with extremely urgent intensity. This is a good tactic when you have fast players, but at the same time you have players that they have high work rate and they can, let's say, put pressure with good tackling and marking attributes. We're not going to use tighter marking, because it destroys, what I found out from trying is that it destroys the shape of the team. So because we want to play much lower line of engagement, if we put tight marking in place, then these players here, they go and mark the defenders, so we'll stay out of position. So we don't want this. And we put offside trap. This works quite well with the high defensive line, because all the players here will stay in line, and will quote, if they say they manage to make a long ball behind the defensive line, then these players, if they have good average intelligence and mental attributes, they will expose them on offside positions. In transition, these are the instructions. We have counter press. This works great, because we when, let's say, loose in the middle of the pitch, we'll go and press with these guys here without leaving exposed these guys. So it's a great choice to have counter press on when you are a pressing tactic. Due to this reason, we press very intense very quickly, and we will get the ball, and as soon as we get the ball, we have counter on. So with this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy here, we will counter, and we have a great chance to get them out of position, exploit the space behind the position fullbacks, center backs, and midfield players. Here we have distribution quickly. This is because we don't want to slow the pace down. We want to keep the tempo going because we are an underdog team. We want to exploit the spaces, and we want our fullbacks to carry the ball with their good speed and dribbling to the players forward. In terms of when we are in position, we are playing a very narrow attacking width. I will explain why. We don't want to be receiving a ball in these areas on the line, on the touch line. We want to be as compact as possible in the attack because we want to make quick combinations with these players here and these players here. And in combination with the short-term passing directness, which is shorter than the casual mentality, which has on default, then we can make great combinations without passing into space, because passing into space sometimes it gets predictable, so they can read us out. So we like to have this more fluid kind of playing style with the cautious mentality, with a shorter passing style, quick passing style, as you can see here. We have higher tempo in. So with this player here, and this player here, they can make great combinations, triangles, and quick passing style forward. So we can exploit slow center backs and get on the counter. We have low crossers because our forwards are quick. We don't want to float the crosses, or we don't want to whip the crosses. We want to find them on their feet. So this is a great, when this guy comes here, the cross is low, and these guys here can attack the ball and receive the ball on their feet. This is a tactic, an instruction that we use when we play teams that are very better than us, and they can counter us as well. So because we have these players, and these players here are tall players and they are good in the air, we can take the opportunity to attack on set pieces, and in combination with the training at set pieces, corners, free kicks, etc., throw-ins, we can, let's say, put a goal from a set piece, and we can stick to defending this lead because we are better in the air than our opponents, the most of our opponents. So this is a good tactic. It will not, let's say, stop balls from counters, and the players will not look for set pieces all the time, but they will take advantage of their height and their heading accuracy. So it's a good thing to have. Let's go to the player roles. Many of you will say that this is not so orthodox way of playing because we have so much defensive duties. But as you can see, as I showed earlier on the results, it works. We have 3 pressing forwards with 3 different duties. We have the pressing forward on support. The pressing forward support is a great role to have because they will put pressure on the defensive line like the pressing forward on defense. However, they will look to play killer pass and through balls to the other 2 forwards. And the instruction that we have right here, as well, they will hold up the ball, and this is a great because we want these persons to have time to join the counter attack, and this person as well. So this person hold the ball, and the other persons will follow and make runs through the middle. Um, I have the option of moving to channels because we want to for these persons to exploit. Let's say the opposition defender, the right back is here, the opposition defender is here. They want this person to exploit this area. So it's a good, if they have good of the ball, then they will do these runs, and they will be in position to receive a pass from this guy or this guy or this guy. So it's a good instruction to have when you have a good of the ball and a fairly intelligent forward. Run from position in this area and in this area. I should suggest to have it on because this guy can roam this area, in this area. They can drift and find space when we are, let's say, in possession or out of possession. And this is a good way to exploit the spaces and not be so rigid in the counter attack. We want fluidity. We want unpredictability on our counter attacking style. So that's why we put the wrong position. As well, we want to have someone that it's good at dribbling, and we want to put this option. And this guy here is very good at dribbling. As you see, he's 13. He's quite good. He has good pace, good, let's say, pace, and we can take it on. If your player is not good at dribbling, then leave it off. Don't put anything, or you may put dribble less. But if he's good at dribbling, you can exploit this because he will carry on the ball and pass it to other players when need to. If he doesn't need to, he will go and score. This player here is a more stable role. He will hold up the ball as well. He will shoot less often, take fewer risks, hold position. He will press again the fullbacks. He will press the defensive midfielders. He will put a great amount of pressure to them. However, it will hold up the ball and it will stay centrally, so these players can roam. And this put a variety because these players here, they can pass to him, and the other players, they will shift along with these players and this player and this player here, and they can, move around him when we are on the counter. In the midfield, we have three roles with the same supporting role. I put on support because I found out that the ball midfielder on defense does not go forward. So we put it on support duty because they will go forward and they will, let's say, attack with the rest of the team when we are on the counter. The dribble less option is because this player does not have good dribbling, and we want to not to get wasted, for him to lose the ball when he's on the ball. The shot less often because this player does not have good shooting. Okay, and the get further forward is because we want them to go forward to receive the ball. And as soon as he receives it, he will lay it to a more creating player. This player here is set to take fewer risks because his passing is not so good. So we want him to pick the options of passing with a lower risk in order to not lose the ball when we are on the counter-attacking phase of play. We want for him to dribble less because he's not so good in dribbling, and we want him to shoot less as well because he's not so good in shooting. This person here is our destroyer basically, and he can step up with the position play and can win the ball and lay it to a more creative and more technical gifted player. This person here is our, let's say, he's a ball-winning midfielder. However, he he has the attributes to create play. As you can see, his dribbling is 13, his passing is 13, his vision is 12. He has a good place, he has a good mental. So we can, let's say, use him when we go forward to distribute passes and dribble as we go forward, bring the ball, carry the ball forward. For this reason, we have him in dribble more, shot more often, and get further forward. Let's go to our back line. We have wing backs. Wing backs are great when you don't have wingers in your tactic because they will bomb forward, up and down, and they will put crosses and will equally contribute to the defensive and attacking plays of the game. So we have them to stay wider because even if we are playing with narrowing width in attacking, we want someone to stay a little bit wider to cross the ball in order for these persons to compact the field and play narrower. So this is a good way to do it with wing backs. And all of them have the same instruction to stay wider. In terms of our center backs, we have them to no center back role because we don't want them to carry the ball forward. We want them to clear the ball forward, and this is a very fundamental thing of the tactic because we want them to find ourselves playing in here. Because if we find ourselves playing in this area of the game, in these boxes here, then we are inviting pressure, and then when the teams are playing with a higher defensive line and a higher line of engagement, and Gegenpress, let's say, systems, they will put immense amount of pressure. And because they are not the best players with the best metals in the world, they will lose the ball. And the other team will get the ball in this dangerous area. So we want them to clear the ball long, okay? And the most times what I found out, these players here, they will be in position because they roam from their position to receive the ball. They will receive either ball here, or here, or here, or here. And this is a good tactic to, if they lose the ball, if they don't receive the ball, then the pressure from our three players forward, they will start and they will get the ball higher up the field, and they will allow the players through the middle to get in positions forward quickly enough to exploit the spaces. So I don't recommend for these players to be either center backs or ball playing defenders because ball playing defenders, they will play in this kind of situation. So we want to clear the ball long for them to start the pressure, the higher phase of the game. Our goalkeeper is considered to be normal one. We don't put any instructions on him. So really like this. As you can see, we are in the fifth. After 12 games, we are in the fifth position. The media prediction was to finish 20th. I think it's yes, it's the last position here where Lens is. We managed after 11 games to perform so well. That's why we are 100% in board confidence on the league, and we are only 7 points behind Paris Saint-Germain, and with a game with one game less from them. So if we win our next game, then we go to be 4 points ahead of them. So we may be contenders for the title. Only Monaco has no losses. We are 3 points from Monaco, so we are doing great as of now. We didn't change anything on the editor. Our team is, I will check the finances here to see for you. As you can see, we have a transfer budget of 838. We have a payroll of 38. It's not, we didn't change anything, was what was in the game. We are in the debt, as you can see. I have many loan players. You will see in my team just a minute. I have many loan players here. Okay, we have players from Paris Saint-Germain. We have players from Bayern Munich. We have players from Chelsea. We have players from Man United. We have players that are youngsters. They are good youngsters, and this allows us to elevate the level of our team when we don't have money. So this is a good way to elevate the level of of your team and your players when you don't have money. We have some veterans as well. I will show you. We have Thiago. He is 33 years old. His attributes it's way past. He's not so good anymore. We put it, let's say, when we want a goal and to be creative, we put him in the final stages of the game. I want to have someone to make the pass, to make a creative play. But right now I didn't use him a lot because I want speed in my team, so his physicals are way past his ability. So I will use it only when I will change the roles. I will put him as an advanced playmaker or a tecmatista in order to let's say be more creative. I have as well Sergio Aguero. He's as well is past his age. He's 36 years old. He was a free agent that when I signed him, I didn't use him a lot as well. As you can see, right now he has. Let me see. How can he his stats? Let me see. Put stats. Okay, I use him. He has only one goal. So I use him only in 5 games, and he's not so used because his team is not his attributes is not so let's say good. He says that it's 3.5 stars, but I don't trust the judgment of the person, the staff that judges him because right now he doesn't have acceleration, he doesn't have pace, he has the mental attributes, he has the finishing, but I can see when I put him on, he can't help, let's say, so much. He has 8 games, sorry. He has he cannot play so much good when I put him in, but he can. I think he can score crucial goals when he has players around him and he can use his off the ball and mental attitude. So I have him in a team, and I will put him in when I need it. The apps that he played, it was as a change in the final stages of the game. That's all. I hope you enjoy. One thing to note: don't let's say carried away by the red boxes here, because the red boxes doesn't mean that the player will not play good. This is a myth in Football Manager. I tried this a lot, and I make a more experiments to this. If the player, like this player, has the attitude to play the position, they will play good, even if they are a ball playing defender and they play in the midfield position, because the mental attributes and the attributes, the individual attributes, is much more good way to judge the player than the player roles. This is what I find out. The same goes for the wing back. This player here is an amazing crosser of the ball. He can cross with 13 and dribbling 15. So he's an excellent player. I will show as well the attributes of the other players here. We have quite fast center backs in the age of 21. This player here is very good in his position because he can, let's say, close the spaces with great abilities, and he can pass the ball as well. He doesn't have so much good vision, but he can pass the ball and he can win the ball in the air as well because his jumping reach is 15 and his height is almost 190 cm. The same goes for this center back here. He's quite good in the physical areas. and he's quite good on the marking and mental as well. Um, that's all, guys. Thank you for watching. Um, I will keep with you in the next one. Thank you, and please try the tactic out. I'm ready to answer any question you might have. As you can see, the results are great, and we are considered title contestants, 100% confidence, and let's see what happens at the end of the season. Thank you, and we'll catch you on the next one.